Welcome, everyone. This is the very first of our Board of Supervisors wrap-up programs, a short video that we have, and each supervisor takes a turn kind of giving a sum up of the meeting and talking about any particular thing that they want to. We're going to start off with the Vice Chair of Mojave County, and that is Supervisor Hildy Angus. Supervisor, let me ask you, out of this particular meeting, and we're talking about the February 21, 2023 meeting, anything that you would like to talk about from that meeting?
Well, of course, this is only pertaining to me. As a supervisor, I represent Bullhead City. We had some ARPA allocations, right, at the end of the meeting. As everybody knows, we divided our ARPA money into 5 different allocations for each district, which I think was a brilliant move on Supervisor Lingenfelter's part. It was his idea. I think we're the only board in the state, maybe in the whole country, who did it, because each of our districts are so different, our needs are so different. And Supervisor Johnson and myself, we really have most of incorporated cities in our district, and they got their own allocations. So I think this gave me a better way of doing things for my community that I wouldn't have been able to do if they had just kept it all in. So this time we gave to Legacy Foundation for this project called the Bus of Dreams. Without going into a whole program called the Backpack Buddies, it's to help disadvantaged children. We have a very sort of poor demographic in my district, and they do a great job in helping, and this will help them as well. So I was very happy about that. What else?
Oh, there was a great deal of conversation about the lobbyist that Mojave County has in Phoenix. It's called High Ground. And in general, what do they do for the county and its residents that makes it worthwhile having them?
Right. Well, as soon as you say the word lobbyist, they're acting as our lobbyists. People get very upset because we have been lobbyist has become a very bad word in our lexicon out here, but it has its purpose. And what it does is, when you're an elected official, you can't be an expert on everything, right? So what they do is they teach you things about whatever they are lobbying for. It doesn't mean you have to do it. It doesn't mean, if you're an elected official and they want you to your vote in some way. But for us, as an entity, to have a lobbyist, what they do is they advocate for our needs, our issues. And this one is water, which is, of course, is #1 priority. Everybody knows it's #1 priority. And we've been involved in High Ground, I think they talked about it today, since 2017, when we had that whole Planet Ranch thing, which we won't go into. It was a long, sad story. We did not prevail with that, but High Ground, very well respected down in Phoenix. We utilize their legal staff, and sort of over the years that has now come to where they are advocating for our issues and our interests, which we definitely need. We're in the rural areas. If there's anything I've learned in the last 10 years is that we have to speak loudly, because our interests down in Phoenix, unfortunately, become secondary to Maricopa, at Pima, the more urban areas. And if we don't speak out, we're seeing with this water issues that this water grab, and they're coming for our water. We even heard from our ADWR, Department of Water Resources, that in the long run, the rural counties are going to be hurting, and we're trying to mitigate that, to make sure that our interests are heard, that we matter. Because believe it or not, it's hard for some people to contemplate that there are entities, companies, political subdivisions who really don't care about us. They want the water for themselves, and they're going to use any means necessary to get it. So we have to be very proactive to protect our interests when it comes to water.
Well, right now, this is a very short video that we have. I thought it might be interesting to add that you actually talk in depth about a lot of different issues on your radio show.
I do have a radio show on Cameron Broadcasting. It's down in Bullhead, but it airs all over the county. It's AM 1490 down in Bullhead, 1230 up here in Kingman, and then FM 94.1 and 97.5. You want a little clearer signal. And I do local issues. Like today, I'm having some people who are having events come in, but during the political season, I try to have candidates, just try to educate, make people aware of what's going on. And I've been doing this for many, many years, ever since the great Gary Sheeler passed away. No one could replace him. It took like 3 of us to kind of fill in for him, but he is not forgotten.
All right, I want to thank you very much. Supervisor Hildy Angus, she is also the current vice chair for the county. On our next broadcast of a wrap-up show, we'll be following the next board meeting, and that will be with Supervisor Buster Johnson. Thank you.